If you're considering a career in the financial advice industry, you probably should become a CFP professional, but not for the reasons that most people talk about. The CFP isn't going to magically make you smarter, and it's not going to have clients or prospective clients lining up outside the door to your office. Sure, it can help with both of those things, but the biggest advantage to earning the CFP lies within the financial advice industry. The people who value the CFP designation the most are usually managers and partners in wealth management firms. So the reason that you should be pursuing the CFP designation is to get yourself the best career prospects possible. And that's especially important in this industry because the good jobs are really good, but the bad jobs are just terrible. If you think about it, most dentist offices do pretty similar things, or most car dealerships sell cars in pretty similar ways, but not all financial planning firms are made equal. I get a lot of questions from subscribers about how they should get into the financial advice industry, and sometimes specifically if they should take some of the more commonly known jobs out there, like the financial representative job at Northwestern Mutual or the financial associate job at Morgan Stanley. My answer to those questions is always the same. No, you should not take those roles. These places are just cold call shops that are going to ask you to make lists of hundreds and hundreds of your friends and family for either you or some other new blood at the company to try to sell financial products to. And that business model was really commonplace in this industry like 40 years ago. But nowadays, there are far better employment options out there, and those are the ones you should be going for. As a financial advisor, your quality of life is going to be far better if you're working for a fee-based or fee-only fiduciary, wealth management, or financial planning office. Whether that's with an RIA or a franchise of an independent broker-dealer, there are hundreds and hundreds of jobs out there right now like this available. But these employers know that they are the good businesses to work for. They know what some of the other jobs out there in the marketplace look like. So they kind of have their pick of choosing for who they want to take for interviews and ultimately hire, and the number one most common factor that they're looking for is the CFP designation. Now, I personally don't see the CFP marks as like the golden ticket into the financial advice industry, but it certainly is the single best qualifier out there. I even heard an account from one advisor who said she felt like every day of her life coming into work, she felt like she was being silently ridiculed by others in the office for being a financial advisor that did not have the CFP letters. So to some people, it's a really big deal. Think about it also from the employer's perspective. They're looking for competent and ethical advisors that they can bring on that are going to be able to service and work with large groups of clients within their practice. The CFP program covers just about every facet of the financial advice industry, such that the employer can be confident about a certain set of knowledge that the CFP professional has, and can also get an idea as to a certain set of skills and characteristics that they hopefully possess. Good employers want CFPs, and if you want the good jobs, you need to get it. So yes, there are other benefits from the CFP designation, like more trust from existing clients or prospects, or maybe just getting a raise within your current employer's practice. That first point is the one that the CFP board tries to hit on more often than anything else. They tell you that clients are looking for CFPs. If you want to be working with clients, you have to have the CFP. I'm kind of telling you the opposite. The employers are the ones who are really looking for it. However, I actually had, for maybe only the second time in my career today, and in the first time, I was not yet a CFP professional. Today, I had a prospective client ask me if I was a CFP professional and if I was a fiduciary and what specific duties my involvement with the CFP board or CFP organization kind of tied me to. So it definitely helped me out in that conversation with this person who did decide to schedule an interview meeting with us and come and learn about our firm and learn about me, that I was a CFP professional. There are some advantages there. And to the second point about compensation, there are many plans among a lot of independents and RIAs that will give large salary increases or bonuses to their junior advisors who then become CFP professionals. I heard of one story of a junior advisor who was really well respected among the 4 partners of a certain firm. So you have to be doing a good job in the first place. But they actually gave him equity interest. He became a junior partner from the position of being a junior advisor, and the qualifying factor was becoming a CFP professional. That goes to show you that in this specific instance, the firm so much valued their junior advisor who was working with a large group of their clients in getting the CFP marks that they gave him a piece of the business for achieving that. So again, I want to emphasize beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and all the good employers out there will be looking for people with the CFP designation. So to tie that into my opening remarks, if you believe that there's a big difference between the good jobs and the bad jobs out there in the financial advice industry, which there clearly is, then it should be really important to you to get the good jobs. Your quality of life is going to be way better. Your compensation is probably going to be higher. You're just going to like it a lot more. And if I'm right that the primary differentiating factor that a lot of these good firms use when hiring is the CFP designation, then it logically follows that getting the CFP is the best way to improve your life and be the most fulfilled as a financial advisor. advisor. So that's where you're going to get the most value out of this designation, not necessarily in all the other things that everyone else talks about. It's certainly valuable to have more knowledge, and you learn things in the program that you otherwise probably wouldn't have known, but they're not going to change your life all that much, those little tidbits, whereas getting a really good job definitely could. Now I want to address those educational benefits specifically, because I am arguing that the CFP is actually more valuable in the way it makes you look to prospective employers rather than the information you actually learn in the program, which to a strict academic would sound like blasphemy or something. I personally feel like the exposure to insurance products and how insurance products can work in the various types of insurance plans is a really beneficial part of the CFP exam, and I saw a specific scenario in my career where one advisor was really unsure about how insurance product works. This advisor has always prided themselves in portfolio management, technical trading, and returns, but this advisor had very little exposure to insurance products and the various ways that they can work, and had a very difficult time answering a specific question from a prospect that they were hoping to bring on board. This was a competitive scenario with another financial advisor. The other financial advisor happened to be a CFP. They had the insurance know-how to answer the questions that the prospect was hoping to have answered, and had the ability to service that insurance account into the future, and they were able to explain to the prospect that they had that ability by answering their questions. So maybe advisor number 2 would have had the insurance know-how even without having the CFP marks, but maybe not, and the CFP marks could not have hurt their level of insurance knowledge. And in this specific instance, the client decided to go with the advisor who was better educated on answering their questions around their life insurance policy. I think the CFP program played a pretty big role in that second advisor's ability and knowledge around this insurance policy and ability to answer those questions. Where I got the most exposure to new material relative to any other area of the CFP exam was in estate planning. I can't really say that I think the estate planning portion of the CFP exam is really all that valuable to a financial advisor, because it is so incredibly detailed that, in my opinion, it covers topics that any good advisor will never actually discuss specifically with clients. Once an estate planning conversation and estate planning decisions progressed to the specific level at which the CFP exam tests at, I think any good advisor will have, by that point, already referred the client out to a good estate planning attorney to actually start writing the trust. So it's so detailed that I think it's unnecessary for the conversations that at least I know I have with clients. But it did give me a little bit of exposure that I'll be able to use if those types of questions, very specific types of questions, come up in client meetings. Tax planning sections, retirement planning sections, those are really core to what a good financial planner or financial advisor does. And the CFP's education on those two specific areas is probably the best academic body of work around teaching people how to explain to clients those areas of financial planning more than anything else out there in the world. It's extremely valuable. I think that knowledge is great to have. And again, as valuable as all that knowledge is, I think the real value with this designation comes with getting a really good type of job. If you've gotten to this point in the video, it means you watched the whole thing, and I appreciate that very much for the support. The YouTube algorithm loves long watch time. If you could also like this video and subscribe to the channel, both of those things help me out too, and I appreciate them. As always, thanks for watching.